Welcome to the Newsome MMA Podcast, partnered with Concussion Pro 1, the world's first dedicated concussion supplement. I'm your host as always, Newsome, and today I'm with the KSW Middleweight and Heavy Duty fighter Scott Askham, ahead of his fight against Marcin Wojcik in the first round of the Middleweight Tournament at KSW 45 at Wembley on October 6th. Thank you for taking the time to join me today, Scott. How are things with you over in the States?
Yeah, it's good, yeah. I've just been out for some dinner. Getting to that stage you can't where I can't be asked to cook or anything now, so I can't wait to get packed and get off back. But yeah, I've done for a day today, so I've got two more sessions tomorrow, and then that's it. It's about packing, getting home, cutting a bit of weight, staying focused, staying sharp, and getting that win.
And how's the weight cut going, seeing as though you've mentioned it?
Yeah, weight cut's fine. I have an easy weight cut, to be fair. I'll have an easier weight cut than Marcin, I know that.
Well, we'll get onto that shortly.
Yeah, he said in an interview his weight's coming down slowly, so let's just hope he makes the weight.
Yeah, hope so. Well, first of all, Scott, let's talk about this middleweight tournament. You know, initially it was set up to determine who was the next to fight Materla for the title. Now it's to determine the champion. So can you talk us through what happened and what your thoughts were as and when you were given the information along the way?
It was always set up to be CEO champion. I know there was some media release that it was to set up to fight Mamed. But I always knew it was set up to find out who was champion, because when I got told about that media coverage, I actually emailed the manager. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not entering a tournament to be number one contender to fight Mami Khalidov. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I've only had one fight. I know I've only had one fight in KSW, but I'm 100% number one contender. I've just beat like former champion who won a 3-fight win streak. Like, I'm not going all the way through a tournament just for a contender spot. Do you know what I mean? Like, but my manager confirmed that he was 100% for a title, and then obviously I went out for the press conference where Mohammed had announced that he vacated.
Yeah. So can you talk to us about your emotions? You know, your feelings, overall thoughts. Now you know you've got the opportunity to become a KSW Middleweight Champion. You know, you must feel like this is an absolutely huge opportunity for you.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, it's a massive opportunity. When I signed to KSW, my plan was always to become champion. Do you know what I mean? And I knew a fight with Materla had put me right up there. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, when I tell guys the names he's beat, do you know what I mean? He's beat top guys as well. He got offered a 5-round main event against Thiago Santos. Do you know what I mean? Thiago Santos is a fucking beast. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just wiped out that Eric, forget his name on.
Eric Anders.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's just wiped out him. Do you know what I mean? He got Matilda's got offered him a main event slot against him in Gdansk, but he turned that down to re-sign with KSW, and then he increased his stock again by beating Paul Thiago by finish. You know what I mean? In Dublin, so he had a lot of hype behind him. And it was a massive win for me. Obviously, me and my team always knew that would happen. Styles make fights, and his style's just tailor-made for my style. I never say I expected to finish him that early, but I seen holes in his game, and there's still some Polish fans that are not believing in me and believing that it's a bit of luck, and they want a rematch. But I'm bad news for that guy. I'll rematch him 100 times if I want me to rematch him 100 times.
Well, when KSW announced yourself and Janikowski, they put you both on opposite sides of this tournament tree. Then they announced Michel Materla that we've just spoke about, and then Marcin Wojcik, that they would be the two other participants in the tournament. So did you find out straight away which one of the two fighters you were fighting at Wembley, especially with the addition of Materla, you know, the Polish beast who you took out in just under 70 seconds a few months ago? Was there ever a point that you thought that the first round of this tournament would be the rematch between you and Materla?
I think that'd be a stupid decision on KSW's part to match me with Materla in a tournament base after I've just wiped him out so early. Do you know what I mean? I knew it was going to be Marcin, but
Did you know straight? Did you know straight away it was Marcin?
I knew it was going to be Marcin. To be honest with you, Janikowski he's still coming up. It's a massive test for him against Materla.
I agree.
If he gets through that test, he's earned his spot in the final. He really has earned it. Former champion Materla, like I say, some of the people he's beaten top guys. So whoever gets there has earned it. Do you know what I mean? I'll look forward to seeing him in the final. I'm not like underestimating Marcin, but I've got eyes on that belt, and that's it.
Sure.
I'm going in there with bad intentions, and no doubt they'll be going in with same. But I know these Polish guys that they underestimate me. They just look at me as this skinny guy. They're all like, everything's got to be. I lift loads of weights, and I'm going there for that title, and that's it.
Sure. And you mentioned Marcin again, so let's talk about Marcin Wojcik for a second. So it's a really interesting decision from KSW because Wojcik's fought his entire career at light heavyweight, and his last fight was actually at heavyweight, and now he's coming down to middleweight. So what's your thoughts on this, and do you see an advantage with this scenario? Perhaps a pretty tough weight cut for him. You've already mentioned that you've heard him saying that the weight's coming off slower. So what's your thoughts about fight? His last fight was at heavyweight. So
yeah, that one it was scheduled like heavyweight bout, but he got a short notice fight at heavyweight. That's what it was. So it was actually scheduled. It was scheduled like heavyweight bout. But if I remember rightly, Chris Fields couldn't get into Poland because of the storms in Dublin, and then the short notice guy stepped in. That's what happened there. That was like on 2 days' notice. So he was still around 205. Like obviously he didn't actually make the cut, but he was getting ready to make the cut. But yeah, I think people look too much into weight cuts as an advantage. You know what I mean? Like, if I really wanted to, I think I could go to 170. You know what I mean? If I wanted to eat life that much for 4 to 6 weeks, eating salads and like just training on low calories, and I don't see the advantages in that. One of my fighting friends once told me, "An happy fighter is a dangerous fighter," and I stick by that belief, and it is a true statement as well. If you're happy in your camp and you're happy with how training's going, focus on you, not everybody else. I'm not worried about his weight cut. I'm not even thinking about his weight cut. I'm focusing on my weight cut, making sure I get to fight week in the best shape possible, and doing what I want to do. And that's how I look at it. If he has a bad weight cut, that's bad news for him. But I'm focusing on him having a good weight cut, coming out there and looking to bulldoze through me, yeah, because
absolutely.
And then that's going to keep me sharp, and then I'm just going to put it on him.
Absolutely, and it's a great mindset too. With you mentioning earlier that styles make fights, have you managed to run the tape on Wojcik? And if so, what's your thoughts on his game? And do you feel that you match up really well against him?
Yeah, I don't like talking too much about that, but yeah, I've watched his game, and listen, there's no secrets about what I'm looking to do when I fight. I say it every time. I'm looking to go in there and punch you more than you punch me, harder and more times. That's it. I'm not looking for no takedowns. If it is Matt, I'm comfortable. But that is my game. Yeah, it's not. You watch me fights, it's no secret. Yeah, I'm a striker, and that's what I'm looking to do. Whether he tries to disrupt that with other things or what, I'm prepared for that. But if he wants to strike with me, let him strike with me.
For sure. And I know you've been back at American Top Team in Florida for this fight camp, as you have, for, I think it's for your last 3 fights. How has this camp been for you this time around, Scott?
Yeah. This is like, it's like my 3rd camp here now. No, it's my 4th camp. It's my 4th camp here. But yeah, it's just same every time I'm here now. Great training partners, great coaches, everything like that. The hardest part for me is missing home, missing my wife and kids. It has been tough this time, to be honest with you. I've missed home a lot. But again, that gives me even more focus. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not playing around here. Do you know what I mean? I'm not out here. And then if I've been away from my family for this long and then I lose, do you know what I mean? I've got to get that win. Do you know what I mean? That focus is there, and then I've got to get that win.
And you mentioned your training partners for this camp. Who have the main training partners been in this fight camp?
My main training partner's the up and coming guy. He's called Johnny Emblem. All American wrestler, like good striking, good grappling, well rounded everywhere. He's been my main sparring partner, but then there's too many names to mention.
Sure.
Mention every fighter, but my main sparring partner has been Johnny. You try to stick to one guy, to be honest with you. Like two people that are good for each other, we stay together, then it just works out better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sounds good.
But yeah, that's what my main sparring partner has been. Like I say, he's a big prospect. I think he's like 3 or 4-0. But yeah, he's definitely a name to keep an eye on already. He's going places.
Absolutely, man. And who's going to be in your corner at Wembley?
I'll be using my corner team from back home, like I always do. I'll be using my corner team: Daz Morrison, Danny Mitchell. They're the guys that I've used since leaving UFC. We've got a winning formula. It works for us. We train hard back home, and then I come out here for my camps, and then we back up ready for fight week.
Sounds good. And just back to the fight for a second. How do you see the fight playing out? And have you got a prediction for us, Scott?
Like I say, if you listen back to all my interviews pre-fight, like I'm not one of these guys that like, oh, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. Like, I think that's a stupid prediction. You know what I mean, myself, because like, I know how hard it is to knock guys out. You know what I mean? Like, I've got a few first round finishes myself, but like to actually go out there and do it, it's not easy work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can get that.
So I prepare for an hard fought 3 rounds. You know what I mean? If I get that finish, I get that finish. If I don't, I'm prepared for 3 rounds. So I'm prepared for war. If that finish comes, that finish comes. But I've when I went to do the media in Poland before I came here, they like wanted a one-line, like a one-line answer, like for what my prediction were in the fight, and they said, "Oh, well, Marcin's already said this. Marcin said he's going to be the first person to finish me inside the bell." So I've had 20 professional fights. I've never been. Honestly, I'm not just saying. I've never even been close to being finished. Like, I've been dropped once in my career. I've never been in it, like, deep trouble submission wise. Do you know what I mean? What on earth makes him think he's going to be the first guy to come in there and do that? Do you know what I mean? That puts fire in my belly. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to prove him wrong. Do you know what I mean? And every person who said that has been a bad night for him. every person who said they're going to finish me in the first round has been a bad night for Denison Sutherland, De Santos Jr. and Luke Barnett. Yeah, I didn't finish Luke Barnett, but I didn't finish Denison actually. But I beat them all over.
Absolutely, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to the next question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. With a win in front of the home crowd at the SSE Arena, Wembley, who would you like to face out of the other side of the tournament? Would you like the rematch with Materla, or would you prefer the new challenge in Janikowski?
It's an interesting question, I never really thought it. I am focused on Marcin, but I am actually interested in that fight. I'm interested to see how Damien does. He's still just a massive prospect at the minute. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's jumping the gun getting in this tournament. Do you know what I mean? And credit to him, he's a Polish star. He's former bronze medalist. Credit to him. Whoever wins it has earned the shot. Like I say, who do I think is going to win, and who would I rather face? A little bit different question, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. It's an interesting fight.
Sure. And finally, Scott, is the Scott Askham Barmy Army going to be present in the arena on October 6th? You know, are we going to see those nights out in full force?
I don't know. Go to the Chill fans. Spoke to them all about the nights and stuff. I don't know, but maybe so. I don't know. We'll see. I've sold a lot of tickets, so maybe the nights will be there, and I'm sure we'll see a few of them at the weigh-ins as well.
Sure. And that's all she wrote, Scott. So what I'm going to do now, something I always do in these interviews, is just give you the opportunity to shout out anybody or anything you need to. So sponsors, coaches, family, friends. I know you've been doing a lot for charity too lately, so please just take all the time you need. You know, there's no rush. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Nice one, thank you. Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody at American Top Team for a great camp. Everybody I trained with back home as well. Do you know what I mean? I've had to get in shape before I get here. It's not a sort of place you can turn up out of shape. I'd like to thank all my sponsors that helped me out this camp. Massive help as always. When this gets shared, I'll list them all like I always do. And yeah, obviously thank you to my wife and kids for being understanding while I'm away from home, and we'll make sure I get that win for them.
Absolutely. And just really quickly from my side of things, please check out the partners of Newsome MMA, which are Concussion Pro 1. It's truly a remarkable supplement, and it's got some amazing short-term and long-term benefits for anybody training or competing in combat sports, you know, such as MMA, boxing, football, NFL, NHL, and believe it or not, even horse racing. So go to concussionpro1.com for more information about how it can help you. Also, please visit the sponsor of Newsome MMA, which is CBD Life UK. For all things CBD, they've got you covered over there. I vape CBD myself for a few different reasons, and I really would recommend it to anybody. And you can even get 15% off by using promo code Newsome MMA over at cbdlifeuk.com. And finally, be sure to check out the Newsome MMA website. It's an MMA hub, and there's so much content on that website for any MMA fan. We're also about to set up a collaboration with one of the biggest MMA publications on the internet, so keep your eyes out for that too. The website is newsomemma.co.uk. Well, Scott, again, thank you for taking the time to join me tonight. I have my media credentials confirmed for KSW 45, so I'll be down there covering the event for Newsome MMA. So I'm pretty sure I'll catch up with you down in London. I wish you the best of luck in your fight, and I'll see you soon.
Nice one, mate. See you there. Thank you.
Thank you.